After doing my last video titled The Top 10 Worst Smash Ultimate Characters, I thought it might be a good idea to just sit down and rank all 83 of them. Technically 86 if you count the Pokemon Trainer as 3 separate characters and Pyra and Mythra as their own separate characters. This video took a long time to make. I've never spent this much time on a video ever before. This is my longest ranking video to date, and I'm very excited to share it with you. Quick disclaimer, I have to give credit to someone else for coming up with the idea. They commented this on my video Top 10 Worst Smash Ultimate Characters. I don't want to give them a shout out just in case they don't want to be put on the spot or something, or don't want to be shout out for privacy reasons, stuff like that. I don't want to put anyone on the spot, so instead I'll just give them credit, but I won't say who they are. And with that said, I think that's pretty much it. Let's get right onto the video. Number 86, Olimar. This might seem like an odd choice for the worst place, but I've never liked Olimar. His moveset never really made sense. I don't really understand how the Pikmin work, and he just barely does any damage. It just seems like he doesn't do anything. So, that's really it. Olimar just kinda sucks. Number 85, Pichu. He does damage to himself and just does a little bit more damage than Pikachu. He's a lightweight too, so it gets knocked off stage easily. Yeah, this character sucks. Number 84, Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is a very weak character, doesn't really do much damage, and the only good move is her rest move, which you have to use perfectly if you want it to do any damage at all. I've never been a fan of Jigglypuff. I could see why some people might be a fan of Jigglypuff, but Jigglypuff's moveset was just never for me. Number 83, Rosalina and Luma. Yeah, they barely do any damage, and when Luma dies, you're screwed for a few seconds until Luma respawns. Honestly, Rosalina's moveset isn't very good. Number 82, Little Mac. Yeah, he can't recover to save his life, we all know that, and honestly, he doesn't really do that much damage. I mean, sure, his neutral special, when his meter thing is filled up, can do quite a bit of damage, but even so, Little Mac's not a great character, if you ask me. Number 81, Wii Fit Trainer. I never fully understood why this character is in Smash Bros, but yeah. I've never been a big fan of Wii Fit Trainer's moveset. It always just seemed a bit weird to me, and honestly, it doesn't really do a ton of damage. So yeah, I've never been a fan of Wii Fit Trainer. Number 80, Inkling. I've never understood Inkling's moveset. I mean, the paint just kind of confused me. Sure, I've never really used Inkling that much to even get a full understanding for how Inkling's moveset works, but in fairness, Inkling's moveset just doesn't do that much damage, except for the side B, which can be pretty annoying at times. Other than that, I've just never been a fan of Inkling's moveset. Number 79, Villager. I've never been a fan of Villager's moveset. Always seemed a little basic and a little easy to dodge all of Villager's attacks. Just never been a big fan of Villager. Number 78, Isabelle. Yeah, everyone's gonna be mad at me for this. Well, I mean, at least I ranked Isabelle better than Villager. Look, I've never been a huge fan of Isabelle or Villager's moveset, but I think Isabelle's is slightly better, and plus, I'm ranking her a bit better than Villager for the memes. Number 77, Bowser Jr. Yeah, his attacks are slow and don't really do much damage. In the last video, I got a few details about his moveset wrong, but, I mean, basically you got the gist of it. He's just not a very powerful character, and it's just not very good using him. Number 76, Squirtle. Squirtle's very weak, doesn't do a lot of damage, and I find I've basically never used Squirtle. Number 75, Diddy Kong. Not much better than Bowser Jr. or Squirtle. Diddy Kong is very weak as well, his attacks are slow, and I've never enjoyed using Diddy Kong. Number 74, Daisy. Daisy's moveset is very weak, I guess. Doesn't do a ton of damage. It's not terrible, I guess. I could see some people being able to use Daisy. I don't know, just never been a big fan of Daisy or Peach's moveset. Number 73, Peach. The only reason Peach is ranked better than Daisy is because Peach's moveset is more original, I want to say. Sure, Daisy's an Echo fighter, but I mean, all the moves are basically just Peach's. Like, they basically only work for her, I guess. Whereas with Daisy, they don't work as well. Like, for example, the turn-up move. Daisy wasn't in Mario Bros. 2, but Peach was, so it doesn't make a ton of sense with Daisy using that. But again, it's not a big deal. I mean, Peach and Daisy are very similar characters, so the moveset does work for both of them. It's just more original to Peach, which is why Peach is ranked a bit better on the list, but they could definitely be interchanged. Number 72, Yoshi. Yoshi's always been a fine character. I don't mind using him, but I've never really been a big fan of his up special. His up special, he throws an egg. And it doesn't give him any extra height, because the purpose of an up special is to save you if you're falling to your death. And if you run out of jumps, well, I mean, with Yoshi, he only has 2 jumps. Admittedly, they bring you up pretty high, so you might not even need the up special, but still, I'd rather have an up special that's actually going to save me if I'm falling to my death. And that kind of ruins Yoshi a bit for me. Number 71, Mario. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people weren't expecting him to be ranked that well on this list. He's always just kind of been a character for newbies. I mean, he's very basic, so I guess it makes sense. And he is the mascot for both Nintendo, and I guess in a way he's the mascot for this game as well. So, in that sense, it makes sense that he's a little basic, as he's supposed to be an accessible character that anyone can use. But again, that obviously kind of ruins his moveset, and he's not a very good character to use. Number 70, Dr. Mario. The only reason Dr. Mario is ranked better than Mario is because Dr. Mario's down special is better. Mario's down special is he pulls out Flood, which will push the opponent. Why would I use that? Whereas Dr. Mario has a much more useful down special. He basically spins around in kind of a tornado-like fashion, I guess, and it does a decent amount of damage. Look, it's not great, but it's better than being able to push the opponent with water. Number 60, I can't say that. Zelda. Zelda is okay. I don't really use Zelda all that much, but her moveset isn't terrible. That's it, I guess. That's all I really have to say about Zelda. Number 68, Min Min. Never been a big fan of Min Min's moveset. It just seemed a little basic. Not very fun to use or anything like that. Just not great. Number 67, Mega Man. Mega Man would be ranked a lot better on this list if his attacks did a lot more damage and were a bit faster. I get that his moveset's very accurate to how he plays in the games, and that's completely fine. It's just that it kind of ruins the character a bit for me, considering his attacks just don't do a lot of damage, and they're very easy to avoid, I find. Number 66, Zero Suit Samus. Not a terrible moveset, but all in all, I'm not a big fan of Zero Suit Samus' moveset. In fairness, I haven't really used her much as a character, but I mean, still, just not a huge fan of the moveset. Number 65, Duck Hunt. I haven't really used Duck Hunt too much, but never really been a big fan of his moveset. He just seems not great. Not terrible, but just nothing too special. Number 64, Pac-Man. Never been a big fan of Pac-Man's moveset either. He's alright, but he's not great. His attacks are just okay. Don't do a ton of damage, and he's alright. Number 63, Sonic. He's a fun character to use, but he's not great. All of his moves are just spin dashes, and he can run really fast. I find he's a very fun character to play as if I'm bored, but I never really want to use him in a competitive match. Number 62, Ice Climbers. The Ice Climbers are a good character, and I really like their moveset. Their moveset does a ton of damage, and all in all is really good. But why are they ranked so poorly on the list? Well, if Nano dies, you're screwed. All of the moves require around both of them working together, which is why if Nano dies, Popo becomes useless, and there's no point in even trying. That's why they're ranked so poorly. If their moveset didn't revolve around that, they'd be a much better character. Number 61, Ike. We've reached the Fire Emblem area. Ike, I think, is the worst Fire Emblem character just because of his up special. His up special isn't bad, and if you use it properly, you can actually do a pretty decent amount of damage with it, but if you're trying to recover from falling to your death, it can be a bit bad. What I mean is, you'll get launched up in the air, sure, but it really only covers a lot of distance vertically and not horizontally. So if you're far away from the ledge in terms of being horizontal, you're basically screwed. That's my one problem with Ike. If that move was a bit different, then he'd be ranked a bit better on the list. But he's not a terrible character, it's just that one move kind of ruins him a bit for me. Number 60, Lucina. Lucina's always been an odd choice for me ever since Smash 4. I don't really get why she's really in the game. It's just another Fire Emblem character that copies Marth's moveset. I don't know. Her moveset isn't great. It's not terrible either. But, you know, there are way too many Fire Emblem characters already. I just don't really see why we need this many clones. Number 59, Marth. The only reason Marth is ranked better than Lucina is because Marth is a much more popular Fire Emblem character, and his moveset's more original. So, that's really it. These two could be 100% interchanged. Number 58, Byleth. In case you couldn't hear that, that was my disappointment that Nintendo thought we wanted another Fire Emblem character in Smash Ultimate. Look, there are 8 Fire Emblem characters in Smash Ultimate. That's way too many, especially when they all play exactly the same. Why did they add Byleth as a DLC character? Why did I pay for that? I question my sanity. Alright, anyways, just had to get that out. Byleth's moveset isn't great. I don't even remember anything about it. I just remember it was basically just another Marth. Number 57, Corrin. Corrin's moveset's a bit unique, but it's not great. I like how Corrin's moveset is kind of based around water a bit, so it's kind of a bit different. Number 56, Chrom. And here comes another Echo Fighter that is Fire Emblem. Anyways, Chrom is pretty good. I mostly like Chrom because of his neutral special, which can do a lot of damage if used properly, and that's pretty much it. Number 55, Roy. Same as Chrom, of course, but I like Roy more because he has fire. Number 54, Robin. Robin's moveset isn't particularly good, but at least he stands out from the rest of the Fire Emblem gang. He uses magic, which is cool. That's really it. Number 53, Ivysaur. Ivysaur's never really been great either. I pretty much always just default Charizard whenever he gets a Pokemon trainer. But Ivysaur isn't terrible. He's pretty good. Number 52, Pikachu. Yeah, Pikachu's alright. A lot of people really like Pikachu. I've never been a huge fan. His attacks don't really do a ton of damage, but all in all, he's not a terrible character. Number 51, Mr. Game & Watch. Mr. Game & Watch, if used properly, can be an extremely powerful character, but I'm just not great with him. That's really it. That's all I have to say about him. He's a good character, just I'm bad with him. Number 50, Palutena. Palutena's moveset's alright. You have to know how to use her to be good with her, but all in all, she's not terrible, I guess. Number 49, Ness. Ness is a great character. He has some pretty nice attacks. My one problem is that normally this won't be a problem because he has a pretty high jump, but his recovery isn't great. Basically, he'll shoot an electric thing that's supposed to hit him and knock him up, which is cool and creative, but I'm bad with it. and I usually find whenever I have to use it, I do terrible with it. But again, it's not usually a problem because normally Ness has a fairly high jump. Number 48, Lucas. Lucas is basically the same as Ness, but I like PK Freeze more than PK Fire. Number 47, Rob. Rob's always been good. I like his moveset. My one problem, though, is that he feels a bit weird to control, and he's always seemed a bit slow. Other than that, though, he's a pretty decent character. Number 46, Joker. I used to main Joker back when he first came out, but as more and more characters started to come out and I started to main them instead, I kinda got bad at playing Joker. So now I'm not as big a fan of him, but he's still a pretty good character. Now I suck with him. I don't know why, but he's not really for me anymore. I kinda drifted away from his kind of playstyle and more into the heavy hitter kind of playstyle. You'll see what I mean when I get to the top 10. Number 45, Banjo and Kazooie. Everyone wanted him, and now he's here, and I'm not a big fan of his moveset. I've never played Banjo-Kazooie, and I wasn't really one of the people requesting him. I'm still happy that we got him. Everyone's very happy, and I'm glad everyone else is happy that he's here. I'm just not a fan of his moveset, and I'm not really super happy that he's here. Again, I just haven't played Banjo-Kazooie, so it's not I have anything against him, it's just I've never played the game he's from. I don't know why I'm explaining this so much, so let's just move on. Number 44, Mythra. I haven't really used Mythra and Pyra all that much, but from what I remember, I prefer playing Pyra. I think I've only played them once, maybe twice, back when they first came out, but I don't know. Just let's put Mythra at 44, I guess. Number 43, Pyra. Quick note, I am using a different mic now, so if I sound a bit different, that is all. Anyways, Pyra is very similar to Mythra, I guess. Again, I haven't played either of them in a while, but Pyra's alright, I guess. Number 42, Luigi. You might be wondering, why is Luigi ranked so much better than both Mario and Dr. Mario on this list? Well, I personally think Luigi is actually a very good character to use. Not fantastic, he's still near the middle of the list here, but he has some pretty decent moves. For starters, he can launch himself like a missile, and if used properly, it can do a lot of damage. Secondly, his up special can do quite a bit of damage if used properly. He has the Cyclone like Dr. Mario, I think that's what the move is actually called. And sure, his fireballs aren't great, but the rest of his moveset is really good, and I think that makes Luigi a pretty solid character to use. Number 41, Greninja. I've only used Greninja once, I think, but when I used him, he was an amazing character. He can do a lot of damage, all of his moves are great, and one of the best parts of his moveset is how fast he is. You can do a ton of attacks and do a ton of damage just because he's so fast. And I think that's a really good element to have in a character. Number 40, Sheik. Sheik is just very fast and can do some pretty decent attacks. Other than that, nothing too special. Number 39, Sephiroth. Just another sword fighter, what do you want me to say? Number 38, Simon. Simon's moveset is very faithful to the Castlevania series and can do some damage as well if you use it properly. Not a bad character, I don't mind using Simon. Of course, he's not one of my favorite characters, but he's also not terrible. Number 37, Richter. Same as Simon, but I like his blue clothes more. Number 36, Cloud. Just another sword fighter again, but his limit makes him unique. Number 35, Shulk. Shulk is a very interesting character. The number of abilities he can use makes him really fun to play as, although sometimes they can be confusing or can just kind of end up in your own demise if you don't use them properly. But all in all, he's a pretty good character. Number 34, Terry. Don't know what you want me to say. He's alright. He can do some pretty decent attacks and not a bad character. Number 33, King K. Rool. I used to main K. Rool back when I first got Smash Ultimate, But as time went on, I realized that his moveset wasn't great, and he was really just a heavy hitter with some fairly mediocre attacks. But all in all, he's a pretty good character to use and can be broken if you use him properly. Number 32, Ryu. Ryu's moveset is very faithful to the Street Fighter series and is pretty solid. It's pretty easy to use, it can do some decent attack damage as well, plus he has some pretty nice combos that you can do as well. Number 31, Ken. Same as Ryu, but I like his blonde hair and red clothes more. Number 30, Charizard. Best out of all 3 Pokemon you can use with the Pokemon Trainer. I think Charizard is the best out of all 3 because he is definitely the most powerful, although his downside is that he's the slowest out of all 3. But I don't really mind that he's slow considering how his attack damage is pretty high. Number 29, Wolf. The worst out of all the Star Fox characters in my opinion. I don't think he's a very good character just because, he's very slow compared to Fox and Falco, and all in all, his attacks just aren't as good. Number 28, Falco. Falco is just like Fox, very good, does a high amount of damage, has a very good moveset. Just the reason he's not as good is just because he's not as fast. Number 27, Bayonetta. Yeah, I could see a lot of people disagreeing with this. I could see a lot of people wanting Bayonetta to be closer to number 1 on the list. What's stopping me is just that I personally don't like using Bayonetta as a character. Sure, she's powerful and has a lot of good combos, and all in all, just is very powerful, but I've never really been good with her. I've never really been good at doing combos with any character, and I just don't really like Bayonetta's moveset. That's all it is. Plus, if you use Bayonetta, you're kind of a tryhard. Number 26, Samus. Samus has always had a very solid moveset. You can charge up a big giant laser ball thingy. I don't know, it probably has an actual name. Then you shoot it. If it hits someone, it can do a lot of damage, which is really good. You can shoot missiles, which is good. Her up special is good because, if you hit someone with it, it can do some pretty good damage. And she can drop a bomb. So, yeah, Samus is a pretty decent moveset. Number 25, Dark Samus. Same as Samus, but I like the dark aesthetic more. Number 24, Toon Link. It's just another Link, but this one's a cartoon. Number 23, Young Link. These two could be completely interchanged. I just ranked them based off of kind of their relevance in the Legend of Zelda series. And I haven't played Zelda myself all that much, but I'm pretty sure Young Link kind of has a bigger role in the series, as I think Toon Link is just in a spin-off. I think the Wind Waker is a spin-off, right? I don't know, it has a different art style, so that's what I assume. I know nothing about Zelda, so if you're a Zelda fan, I'm definitely probably getting you triggered right now. Don't worry, I get it, I'm an idiot. But anyways, basically, they're just the classic Link. They have bombs, bow and arrows, swords, you get it. Number 22, Link. The original Link has always been the best for me. I like how his moveset has been tweaked to fit the Breath of the Wild kind of style, but he still kind of keeps his general moveset the same. I think it's a very nice touch. Number 21, Fox. There we go, there's my guy. He can basically attack really fast while doing very high amounts of damage. And yeah, he's just a really solid character. Everyone loves Fox, who doesn't? Number 20, Kirby. A lot of people are going to be mad Kirby's at number 1, and I completely understand. Well, I've always loved Kirby's moveset. There's only so much taking someone else's neutral special can do for you. Think about it. You could get Mario's neutral special and be able to do next to no damage. Or you could get a really good neutral special as well. So it's really just gonna depend on whatever opponent or character you're facing, whether Kirby's neutral special is good or not. That's kind of why I don't really have Kirby ranked all that well on this list, is because sometimes how good he is depends on who you're fighting. Which I do think that's very interesting, but that's kind of why he isn't ranked better on the list for me. Number 19, King DDD. He's kind of like Kirby in a similar sense, where he can suck up opponents, except this time he spews them out. The reason I have DDD ranked better than Kirby is just because DDD is a high hitter and can do a ton of damage. Number 18, Incineroar. I don't know why, but a lot of people don't like Incineroar. I've personally never minded using him. He can be kind of a heavy hitter, and all in all, isn't a terrible character. I don't know. It's been a while since I've used him as well. So, yeah. Number 17, Lucario. Lucario's always been an interesting character. His moveset can be kind of similar to Mewtwo, being able to charge up a giant ball of whatever and being able to throw it and stuff. But what's always made him stand out is that he gets more powerful with the more damage he takes, and I think that's a really interesting character trait, I guess. Number 16, Mewtwo. Mewtwo could be interchanged with Lucario, as I find Mewtwo's moveset is a bit more powerful, whereas Lucario can become more powerful. It really just depends what mood I'm in. I just think Mewtwo's objectively better. Plus, Mewtwo is my favorite Pokemon. Number 15, Meta Knight. Sure, people who use Meta Knight can kinda be tryhards, but he's still a very good character. He can do a lot of damage. One of my friends is almost too good as him, and if you spam B and or side B, you're basically bound to win. Number 14, Pit. Pit's always been a really powerful character. I think it's a staff technically, I'm not sure what it is. It can do a lot of damage, and all in all, his specials, by like neutral specials and up specials, I mean, he can do a lot of damage with those as well. I've always liked using Pit. Number 13, Dark Pit. Same as Pit, but I like the, yeah, you get it, I like the dark aesthetic more. Number 12, Ridley. Ridley's always been one of my favorite characters to use in this game. He's very powerful, has a very good moveset, can do a lot of damage. Do I need to say more? Number 11, Ganondorf. Ganondorf is very similar to Captain Falcon. Over time, his moveset's gotten more and more unique, while still kind of having the Captain Falcon inspiration, but all in all, he's still a very good character. The reason I like Captain Falcon more than him is because Ganondorf has always been slower, and I just find that a lot of the enjoyment from using Captain Falcon comes from his speed. Number 10, Captain Falcon. We've reached the top 10 area. Captain Falcon's like Ganondorf, but faster and just better. Number 9, Wario. Wario's always been good. I like how when he bites people, he can do damage to them and heal himself. That's always been good to me. Yeah, Wario's always been alright. Plus, his motorcycle's good, his down special is good, his up special is good. Yeah, he's just a really good character. Number 8, Sora. Yeah, I'm still mad we got Sora and not Waluigi, but Sora's alright at least. He's got a really unique moveset. His neutral special changes every time you use it by cycling through the same 3 moves that are kind of similar, so it's not like you're at a disadvantage when using one over the other 2. And he can do some insane combos. Number 7, Snake. Snake's been one of my favorite characters to use of all time in Smash history. In Brawl, I still main him to this day. He's got a really good moveset and just is really powerful. Number 6, Piranha Plant. The Piranha Plant's always been a really good character, in my opinion. A lot of people don't like him, but I find him to be a really powerful character. He can throw spikes, he can have a cloud of poison, he can bite people from all the way across the stage. He's always just been a good character to use, in my opinion. Number 5, Hero. Hero's always been a good character to me. What stands out to me about Hero is that you can use a bunch of different magic spells which can do a ton of damage, or you can end up killing yourself with the kamikaze thing. Why would anyone use that? I don't know. But Thwack and Whack can instantly kill an opponent, and I love using those, so that's good. Number 4, Steve. At this point, I just main all 4 characters in the top 4. I like them all for different reasons. Why do I like Steve? He's always just been really fun to play as. I like the ability to just place blocks almost wherever you want, be able to mine stuff, to be able to hit people with your minecart, be able to craft stuff. He's always just been a really fun and charming character to use. Plus, like every other person on the planet, I love Minecraft. Number 3, Kazuya. Kazuya is one of my favorite characters to use because of how broken he is. He can do way too much damage, especially when the rage meter is filled. If you're getting hit by one of those things from Kazuya, the down special thing, I don't know what it's called, from Kazuya when his rage meter is full, you're screwed. Number 2, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong has always been really powerful. Ever since I had to unlock Congo Jungle 64 and Melee by spamming down B, I've always loved using him ever since. Well, for starters, like I've already said, his down B is really good. His neutral special, which is a giant punch, is really good. He can headbutt people into the ground, and his up special can be really good if used properly. Donkey Kong's always just been a great character. So now, on to number 1. Yep, Bowser is still my guy. If I ever need just a safety character that I know will get the job done, I go with Bowser. Bowser's always been really powerful. For a neutral special, he can breathe fire on people, which can get people trapped. For a side special, he can grab people, spin in the air, and then slam them into the ground really hard. For an up special, he can go up into his shell and hurt people, and for a down special, he'll basically do a giant ground pound. Bowser's always been really powerful, and I love using Bowser to this day. So anyways, that is every single Smash Ultimate character ranked. This is hands down the longest ranking video I have ever made. And honestly, I kind of enjoyed making it, not gonna lie. Alright, like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.